Okay, good day. So, I'm going to give you an examples on how to determine the limit of the function using the eight theorems of limits. And I have here example 1, example 2, and example 3. We have example 1, limit of the quantity x squared plus 3x plus 4 as x approaches 2. Okay, so the first step is we're going to apply the theorem on limits number 4. Okay, so apply natin yung limit number 4. Ano ba yung limit number 4 or theorem limits number 4? Yan yung limit of the sum. Okay? And that is equivalent to the sum of the limits. So that is equal limit of the first term, limit of the second term, and limit of the last term. So that is limit of x squared as x approaches 2 plus limit 3x as x approaches 2 plus limit of 4 as x approaches 2. Okay. And then, para dito, ang gagamitin natin ay limit theorem number 8. Okay. Para dito, ang gagamitin natin, limit theorem number 3. Dito, limit theorem number 1. Limit by constant. This is limit of the product of the constant and f of x. And this is limit of number 8, which is f of x is raised to a specific power. And this time, the power is 2. Ano yun? So, papasok sa loob yun. Okay? That will be equal to limit of x and then raised to the exponent squared as x approaches 2. Well, this one, ilalabas lang natin yung constant 3. We have 3 limit of x as x approaches 2. This one, limit of a constant. Limit of a constant is equal to constant. That is limit number 1. So, this is equal to 4. Okay? And then, dito, gamitin natin yung limit number 2. The limit of x as x approaches 2 is equal to 2. Okay? It's limit number 2. Para dito. Okay? Then, substitute na natin. We have here 2 squared plus 3 times 2. Okay? Plus 4. Therefore, this is equal to 4 plus 6, 10 equal to 14. Okay? So, the limit of this function as x approaches 2 is equal to 14. Okay? So, ganun lang kadali. Pero pwede bang direct substitution? Yes, pwede po. Pag nag-direct substitution ka using x equal to 2, you're going to get same result. 2 squared plus 3 times 2 plus 4 is equal to 14. Now, I have just used the theorems on limits to point out that we have to use the theorems on limits. Okay? But we can do direct substitution or straight substitution. There are cases straight substitution is not applicable, especially if we're dealing with a function that is rational. Okay? Now, we have example number 2, product. Okay? So, gagamitin natin dito, limit number 5. So, we have equal to limit of x plus 4 as x approaches 2 and then times limit of the radical 2x plus 5 as x approaches 2. So I have used limit number 5, which is limit of the products. Okay. And then we're going to use limit number 4, which is the sum for this one, limit of x as x approaches 2 plus limit of 4 as x approaches 2. So, ito yan. Okay? Times, gagamitin ko naman dito is limit ng radical, which is limit number 7. So, this is limit number 5 ang ginamit ko, no? Then, gagamit ako dito ng limit number 4, and this is limit concept number 7, or theorem number 7. So, that is equal to limit sa loob. Limit of nasa loob 2x plus 5 as x approaches 2. Okay? Next, we have identity o limit number 2 ang gagamitin natin dito. This is limit ng constant. So, limit number 2, we have limit number 1 or theorem number 1. We have this equal to 2, this equal to 4. Equal to, limit nito, pwede mo paghiwalayin yon gamit yung theorem limits ng ating number 4. Gamit dito, number 4 tayo. So, we have a limit of 2x plus limit of 5 as x approaches 2, as x approaches 2. Diretso ko na to. This will be 6 times quantity. 2 times 2 is 4. Limit of a constant is constant. So that will be square root of 9 is 3. So 6 times 3, that will be equal to 18. Okay? Pwede bang direct substitution? Yes, pwede po. Next time, direct substitution yun na lang. Okay? Kaysa magganito pa kayo. But as I've said earlier, I'm just showing you how to solve using the theorems on limits. But on your activity, gamitin na lang direct substitution or straight substitution because I'm just going to give you activities, example, or what we call this. On your activity sheet, a panay direct substitution, i-allow ko. Okay? We have, this one. Gamit yung ating limit theorem number 8. Ito yung may power. So, ilabas natin exponent. Limit of 3x plus 4. Oh, sorry. As x approaches 3 raised to the second power. After that, limit nung bawat isang term gamit yung ating limit theorem number 4. So that will be limit of 3x as x approaches 3 plus limit of 4 as x approaches 3 and then squared. Hindi ko na gagamitin yung limit number 3. Diretso ko na. So that will be 3 times 3. That will be 9. Limit of a constant is constant. That is limit number 1. Or limit theorem number 1. And then squared. 13 squared is equal to 169. Okay? So that is examples 1, 2, 3 in finding the limit of a function, a specific as x approaches to a certain value of x. Okay? Now, baka itanong niyo, pwede ba direct substitution? Okay, pag direct substitution or straight substitution, pwede. Straight substitution tayo. This is x approaches to. Straight substitution, that will be 2 squared plus 3 times 2 plus 4. We have 4 plus 6 plus 4 is 14. Okay? Did we get the same answer? Yes. How about this one? We have 2 plus 4. 2 times 2 plus 5. That will be 6 square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 6 is 18. Okay? Same answer. How about this one? We have 3 times 3 plus 4. Then squared. We have 9 plus 4 is 13 squared. And 13 squared is 169. Okay. Now, so ibig sabihin, pwede rin straight substitution. In practice, hindi naman kailangan gamitin na yung theorem sum limits kasi hahaba ang ating mga solution. But if we can solve the limit of a function by straight substitution, gawin ninyo. Okay? But as I've said, on some function, ang limits does not exist if we're going to use straight substitution. Okay? But for this kind of functions, linear, quadratic, or radical siya, we can determine the limit of the function by straight substitution. Okay? So thank you. So that will be my examples on how to determine the limit of a function by straight substitution and using the eight theorems on limits. Thank you.